What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP. We're also going to be looking at Bityard as well as the current coin market cap. Specifically in today's episode, I do want to continue discussing the very interesting patterns and movements we've been having within the market. As you guys know, there's been obviously this big drawn out long-term what could be a correction forming on most of the cryptocurrencies. And I do want to go into specifics in today's episode discussing the possibilities of actually capitalizing off a correction on XRP here in a second. Otherwise, the other cryptocurrencies do look fairly okay. So otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help out the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial, and let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, so before we jump into today's episode, I do want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Bityard. As you guys remember, the past couple of episodes, we've actually included Bityard in a few of them, and we discussed how they are a very cool and interesting leverage trading platform. Hopefully you guys remember we actually use DueDEX a lot on the channel, but DueDEX does have its flaws, some small ones, but it's really nothing to be too worried about. Bityard for right now actually has quite a bit of altcoins that allow us to make some big profits off of cryptos that aren't necessarily on DueDEX just yet. For example, XRP to US dollar, we have Tron, Litecoin, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, EOS, Bitcoin Cash, as well as Bitcoin is actually on Bityard, which is incredible because some of the other exchanges that we've used, DueDEX in particular, doesn't necessarily offer all of these options, which is incredible to see that we actually have an exchange that we can make some profit off of. So I think last week we actually made a trade off of I think it was Litecoin. We traded Litecoin and we turned out $20 into 30 just really quickly, and you can see how easy it was just to get the general understanding of how easy it is to trade on Bityard. And I do want to do that again in today's episode. Now, we did use Litecoin before. Litecoin is a crypto that isn't offered on the other exchanges that we use. But in today's video, I want to talk about XRP, how to trade XRP on Bityard, because it is extremely easy to do. So before we jump into that, I do just want to show you guys actually what XRP is trading at and the rest of the market. So just really quickly, you guys know that Litecoin is trading at a very interesting rate, and you won't know until the end of Sunday, when the candle ends in 2 days and 1 hour, the end of Sunday, where exactly the market's going to be going. If we close the candle below the moving average on Litecoin, we'll know there's a very high chance we're going to correct lower. Same thing applies with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin closes below this top resistance here, good chance we're going to expect to see a reversal. Same thing applies with Ethereum and obviously XRP. XRP is definitely one of those interesting cryptos that is actually hitting its neckline on its double top. This is the most textbook obvious double top we've seen here in a very long time. So the fact that we literally had this double top, had our neckline, and the fact that we're trading so nicely on it right now gives me reason to believe we're probably going to see this correction back down to its moving average. And I wouldn't be surprised if 28 cents fell all the way down to 23 cents while the rest of the market tumbled. So obviously taking advantage of a short or a move like that, even though we're trading sideways right now, there's a clear neckline right here. If the coin, which I do believe will, breaks this resistance right here, the coin is most definitely going to spiral down to this bottom support, retesting this moving average. The price will drop right here and we'll see this movement right there. So it'll fall down to this bottom support line and probably retest that before we see any movement. Now, how do we capitalize off a movement like that? How do we, make money off of that? It's very easy using Bityard. Bityard I do have linked in the description down below, so it's completely free to sign up. I highly recommend doing so, but it's a way for you guys, you XRP traders, to actually capitalize and short cryptocurrency, specifically XRP, on an exchange that is extremely user-friendly and easy to use. Specifically, how exactly we do this, we do have about $30 sitting in the account right now in USDT. So basically you just send any of the 4 or 5 cryptos they allow to deposit into this website, and then you convert it into USDT, and USDT is the coin that you would use to then trade any of the other cryptocurrencies. So USDT is the stable coin, and you can trade it in between, back and forth between those altcoins. So specifically, I do have XRP hooked up, but we do have all the other ones here. You can see as I click them, they appear Ether right here, EOS, yada, yada, yada. But XRP is open right now, and I do believe, based on the chart, that we are going to see a correction to the downside in XRP. So to capitalize off that, all we would really do is click a market order. I mean, you could do limit, but market is an instant sell. You could do stop losses too. That's something, you know, totally optional. And, you know, with USDT, you literally type in the amount that you want because it's USDT, US dollars. 30 right there. I could do 25 with a leverage of 20. We could do, you know, anywhere up to 40 times. And you'll see the way the margin actually works. So, I mean, if I drop this all the way down to here, leveraged it 7 times, and I type, for example, 25, you can see that's $25 USDT, and we can leverage this higher and ultimately make a big profit. So let's do 20 right there as our leverage. We'll margin it. I want to trade with 25, so we'll do $25, and you literally just click sell. Now, I may not be connected to the Wi-Fi, so I'm not sure if it will place this very second, but it's really that easy. You can click 50, 10, that's the amount you want to add. So if you want to add again, 50, 100, 155, you can see how easy that is to double up. But 25 here with leverage of 20 times, and it's literally as easy as clicking sell, and you would click sell, and then you'd confirm the order with total of 25.5. You click confirm, and then the order will, you know, will fill. The only thing is, I'm not on the Wi-Fi, as you guys know in my previous videos. I am transitioning to an apartment, so you do have to bear with. But it is literally that simple. Highly recommend doing it. Huge shout out once again for Bityard for sponsoring today's video. Definitely make sure to click the link in the description down below if you're interested in trading any of these altcoins. Otherwise, let's get into the rest of the episode. Now, to carry on looking at the other cryptocurrencies, I do want to show you guys Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, as well as the S&P 500. As we know, the S&P 500 has actually broken above what is a massive 11-year resistance, and actually closed, or is potentially going to close above here. There's some very interesting movements that we're going to have. If we close above here, there's a very high chance we're going to continue to head up higher as we close a candle above a massive resistance. There's usually a set time for us to, you know, pretty much extend higher. The only reason I'm kind of concerned, I mean, there's definitely some bullish movements showing on this chart. You can see clearly the bullish cross on the MACD is an extremely bullish signal. I mean, this could reference a movement higher up, but the fact that we're having a bearish divergence with the RSI heading lower and the price is heading up, and also the fact that we're above a massive resistance does seemingly show reasons to believe that we're probably going to correct lower. I mean, it looks to be like it wants to, you know, recede back down and wick downwards and then close below here, but we really have a day and 9 hours left, and it doesn't seem possible for us to actually wick back down that low that quickly. It definitely is a chance, but it seems very unlikely as time gets closer and closer and closer to the candle's closing, which would ultimately lead us to believe that there's probably going to be a smaller rise and a bigger jump in price, just a little bit higher, and then we're going to see that collapse or that correction that I've been anticipating for a very long time. Now, the other cryptocurrencies like Litecoin and Bitcoin and Ethereum are all showing patterns of like reversal. I don't know what it is. I mean, we have 12 hours and 31 minutes left. I mean, today is Sunday, so really it's just a time crunch. Are we going to recede back up and close the candle above this green moving average right here, or are we going to close below here, setting us to potentially correct even lower and lower and lower down into the prices? Now, it's really just a matter of where this candle wants to close. If today, the end of today, we close a candle where the price recedes back above and we start a new one above this resistance, there's a good chance we may actually start to climb a little bit higher. But if we see the opposite and close below here, like there was a good chance we were going to do, there's also a very high chance we're going to, collapse and correct downwards, as this is showing correction. Bitcoin is showing rejection from its resistance. It's looking like after today's candle closes in 12 hours, there's a good chance the price is going to drop even lower down in price, which is something we do have to pay attention to and consider because it doesn't necessarily seem like something likely. Anyways, either direction, we do know to prepare ourselves. If we actually manage to break above this resistance, we know to buy and long. And if we correct below here, we know to, sell short and correct this all the way down to maybe even $8,000, maybe $9,000, and capitalize off the correction and the small jump in price. Now, looking at Ethereum and the other cryptocurrencies, you can see Ethereum is also fairly overbought. We're actually teeter-tottering on that overbought level. And with that knowledge, we do see that we are fairly overextended on the weekly. This within itself is showing signs of potential correction. So ultimately, all across the market, we do show signs of just bears. We
definitely are starting to see some crazy stuff in the S&P 500. I don't even want to get involved in that, but you know, Litecoin looks good if it can close above here. It's really all coming down to where today's candle wants to close. If today's candle closes below these big resistances right here, there's a good chance we'll head lower and we'll have another week of rejection. Or if we close above there, we'll definitely have a higher week of rejection, or of a higher week of correction. Otherwise, guys, once again, huge shout out to Bityard for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.